Hey everybody, welcome to Country Girl with Kathy Jarvis. And today we're going to look at the compost and empty it and see how it turned out. Now we've been adding stuff to this every day almost, so there's going to be some stuff in here that really needs to be worked, compost more. But this thing's getting heavy and it's time to empty it. So let's work on that and see what we end up with. Now there's a few things about this composter that I really don't like, and there's a lot of things that I do like. One of the things I don't like is the fact that to turn it, you have to use your muscles and really work it to turn it. So that's a disadvantage. Another disadvantage is that it's kind of low to the ground, so you kind of hard to get a bucket underneath there to empty it. So I wish it had I wish it had a door on both sides so that you could push the stuff out, because it's not coming out that way. We got all of it out. As you can see, this on this side was much better compost than the other side. This is the side we started out with first, and it's pretty good. I'm not too worried about the other having some sticks and things in it, because it's going into the flower garden area. It used to be the potato bin where I did potatoes, but it's so hard to dig there that I just decided to put flowers there this year. So I'm putting this on top of that, and I will till this into the ground and help loosen up that clay soil. Now the next thing I'm going to do is actually clean the outside of this off. I'm not going to clean the inside, because what's left in there in the grooves and stuff will help start the next batch of compost. So I'm going to carry this out and put that in the flower garden, and I'll be back with the hose. I'm not going to show you that part because I don't want to get the camera wet. Okay, this is where I spread it out. You can see it's really not that much. That's a year's worth in that little tumbler. And it worked okay, just not as much as I expected. Now this is the one I had before, and it did not hold up at all. The wind took it, tore it completely apart. The lid split on it. So the only thing I use it for is mainly leaves, except for this year I had to put the extra stuff in it here because I didn't have the compost bin. Now the compost bin I had before was nice. It was 2 bays made out of the concrete blocks, but we had to take it down when we put up the 3rd greenhouse. And I'm getting ready. You can see some blocks over there in the distance. That's where I'm going to put a 3-bin one, but we're going to do it right this year. I'm laying out the design right now, and then I'm going to push those, make a mark where those are, and then I'm going to dig a trench at least 8, maybe 10 inches deep, fill it with gravel, and then put the blocks on top of it. That way, hopefully, I won't have to be moving them, redoing them every year. So let's go in the greenhouse and that we planted last Monday and see if anything grew. And then we will wash up all the tools that we used today. You always wash them up and you don't leave them set muddy or dirty. All right. Let's see what we got here. I see some turnips coming up over here. Oops. Do not see any beets coming up yet. Let me shorten this so I can handle it better. Don't see any beets coming up yet. Don't see any peas coming up yet. But I do see the turnips. No peas over here. Oh, yep. One little pea coming up. So the peas are starting to come up. Let's check the underneath here and see if any of the don't see any of the carrots yet. So we'll put the plastic, the cardboard back on it and soak it down again. Go on the other side and see what we got. Now I just had peas over here, and I don't see any of them coming up yet. No peas coming up over here. Nothing coming up in this part yet either. Let's check over and see about the lettuce and the spinach. Got spinach coming up here. Don't see anything else coming up. Spinach over here. A couple of lettuces down here starting. It's down there. Some spinach over here starting. So they're starting. Now the other thing I did do is I took up the plastic. I checked these plants. Did not see any life in them at all. And taking up these bamboo things, I have come so close so many times of hitting those and puncturing my eye or wherever, my face. So I'm getting rid of them this year. I'm not using them. Instead, I'm using these little, they're little tomato cages for small tomatoes, but they will work great for the peppers. The peppers only get about this tall all the way, and they just need them at the bottom. Once they get past the bottom, they can spread out a little. So that's what I've done so far. I'm going to finish taking the rest of those up. I did put the fabric down last year to help with the weeds, so I won't have to weed. I'm trying to do as much work ahead of time to save me from doing weeding later on. So all the in-ground beds in here have fabric on them. The raised beds themselves usually don't cause much problem as far as weeds. I usually have them so loaded with plants that a weed couldn't get through if they tried. So, take you outside and show you what else I'm doing today. Black plastic down yesterday. Now that white plastic, that's just what was over the peppers, and I'm putting the light out just so it can dry out. And as soon as it's drying, I'll roll it back up and put it in the garden shed. But last year I had a problem with this little path right here. The weeds took over. I had watermelon, garden squash, cantaloupe, and pumpkin all in this area last year, and they went crazy. And usually they go out towards that way. Last year they all grew towards the tomatoes, so this area became impossible. I had lines that intertwined. They all intertwined to each other. The weeds and grass got so tall I couldn't even see the crops and the fruit, and I had to be very careful about where I stepped. Like there'd be a cantaloupe right next to a watermelon. And you have to be careful where you step. So this year I'm just putting watermelon on this end and pumpkins on that end. The honeydew, the honey, don't know why I keep calling it honey. The butternut squash is going to go into the low greenhouse. We're going to try that this year, see if it works. And the cantaloupe is going to go on a trellis out back. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lay more plastic through here so that the weeds don't come up. And then I'm going to add a row of block just in front of here, at least, side by side, maybe 2 up high. And that way, if the vines hit it, they'll hopefully turn to the side and go around and not come out. Of course, I'll have to turn these the other way so the vines don't come through the hose. But that's the plan I'm going to do today, is put this plastic down here. Too wet to till, so I can't till in that stuff I just put out. We've had lots and lots of rain lately. And this is not on my list today. I'm not going to bother with the bee garden today. I'm not going to bother with the tilling today. What I am hoping to do is maybe carry a few more blocks, not high on my list. And I need to weed these irises, but they're not high on my list either. What is high on my list is getting that trellis done. I need to go and pound it the rest of the way into the ground. And then I've got to get the netting and put over, and this is where I'm going to put the lima beans this year. And I'm going to put my po beans on this one. It's not complete. It used to be a complete garden bed that was too close to the greenhouse, so I decided I can use the corner and we'll still have access to the greenhouse. Have plenty of room to put a wheelbarrow through, and I need to add some dirt there. So this is going to work out really well. The garden itself will be condensed into this part, except for the one melon. I'm going to put I was going to put the cantaloupe here, but I didn't have enough room for 3 bays anywhere else, so the cantaloupe will go on a trellis in this old bed. And if it spreads, I guess it spreads. We're going to try it. So that is what my Monday looks like, what I'm doing today. So hope you're having a good day. It's not too bad out here. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Dream big, follow that dream, and always clean your tools, which I'm going to go do now. Bye, everybody. God bless.